Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Today is Wednesday, the 18th day of October, National Chocolate Cupcake Day. I am a fan.
Yum.
Also, International Legging Day. So, is that like a clothing? Leggings?
Yeah, leggings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be Leggings Day? Legging sounds like you're doing something with your legs. National... What?
Nothing.
National Exascale Day today, World Menopause Day today, and No Beard Day today. All of that stuff happening. And I've got a guest. I've got the author of this book that I'm holding. Check out this book. This is cool. This is really cool. National Geographic for Kids, Weird But True Disney. 300 Wonderful Facts to Celebrate the Magic of Disney. And I already had Heidi flipping through this thing and asking me questions, and I don't know any of this stuff. It's all really cool stuff, though. You learn a lot of neat things. Again, over 300 wonderful Disney facts. We're going to get all the details about that book coming up in a bit.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. So those people who get up at 5 a.m. in the middle of the winter to go for a jog, they might not be as crazy as we thought. Running is just as effective as taking medication to beat depression, according to a new study. Researchers in Amsterdam at a university whose name I won't even try to say had 141 patients suffering from depression and anxiety. They choose between a group to run 2 to 3 times a week and another group taking antidepressant medication. It was found that both interventions helped with depression to around the same extent. But the running group experienced improvements in weight loss, better waist circumference, better blood pressure, and better heart function. Those who took the antidepressants tended to become less fit.
Okay.
So they're like, didn't have the same stuff going on. So if you see somebody that goes running in the winter, I've got a friend that does that. It's not me, but I've got a friend. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that U.S. food companies are having a hard time convincing enthusiastic baseball fans in Japan to eat peanuts at the game?
Really? I guess I assumed that was a thing everywhere.
No, it's not the taste. While baseball is just as popular in Japan as it is in the U.S., the cultural attitudes towards littering is vastly different. In Japan, public cleanliness is highly valued, and casually discarding waste on the ground in a public space like a peanut shell.
You're talking peanuts with shells.
Yeah,
Okay.
is seen as inappropriate. So the senior director of international programs for the American Peanut Council said, they're just not comfortable with littering.
Well,
end
then
quote.
don't get the ones with shells.
Yeah, or here's the thing, sell them with a bag to put the trash in. There's nothing wrong with that. Then you guys don't have to clean them up, because there's got to be somebody out there going, oh, man, I got to clean up all these peanut shells.
I don't know if anybody knows, but they do sell them without the shells on.
Oh, I've heard that. I heard a rumor once. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Greta Gerwig says that she was hiding in the back of the theaters during the opening weekend of Barbie just to judge people's reactions firsthand. So that'd be kind of cool, really. She said, I went around to different theaters and sort of stood in the back, and I would turn up the volume if I felt it wasn't playing at the perfect level. So she would actually go into the theater and tell them, you need to make this louder.
Oh, okay.
So Another Wonder Woman movie starring Gal Gadot is not likely, according to a new report. Gadot gave fans a glimpse of hope in the summer that she might be in development with Wonder Woman 3. But now as they're talking more about it, they're like, well, even if we do, it probably wouldn't be her. So
Really? I
Well,
thought she was like,
I thought so too.
huh.
And The Exorcist Believer summoned the number one spot at the domestic box office, falling short of expectations, though, but still came in number one. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. The average a woman spends on her face in a lifetime, in makeup and mascara and all that, $30,000.
I am way below average.
Way below. You're way above average in looks, though. That's why you don't have to put all that other stuff on.
Yeah,
See?
nice save.
Uh-huh. And an iconic Michael Jackson clothing item is going to hit the auction block. He was wearing this jacket in his Pepsi Generation, one of those ads from 1984. And it's going to go for a king's ransom, Heidi. He was the king of pop. Anyway, it is available starting on November the 10th, a place called the Prop Store. And they're estimating it to go from between $230,000 to $460,000.
That's insane.
That is a lot of money.
Are
For
there
a jacket.
burn marks on it?
I don't think this is the one he was wearing. Well, let me see. No, it's not the infamous ad where he burned himself on the set. It's one where he's seen dancing in the streets with others. It was the first Pepsi commercial that he did, and the jacket will go under the gavel November the 10th. So
I bet that other one would go way higher.
it probably would go for a lot more because that's even more iconic because it's known, around the world for the accident that happened. But that is kind of a cool thing. So if you're into those types of things. And then there's another thing. It's probably not going to go for as much money, $230,000 to $460,000. But it's a very cool item that's up for auction. It's a Fender acoustic guitar, and it's got a bunch of country music superstars' autographs on it. Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire, like big names like that. And also some that have passed away, like Eddie Rabbitt and Charlie Daniels. And this is up for auction. It goes through this Saturday, and the funds go to an organization that I absolutely love. It's called Big Paws Canine Foundation. It's for veterans and first responders to get service animals. If you'd like, I've got a link to that, all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We've got a very fun guest today. Ariane Zutu is with National Geographic Kids, and they've got a new book out. It's called Weird But True Disney, 300 Wonderful Facts to Celebrate the Magic of Disney. Ariane, this is a fun book. What was maybe one of the funnest things you learned while putting this book together?
Oh my goodness, we discovered so many fun things. I mean, I'll just give you a couple of my favorite facts. And maybe I love animals. I don't know if you love animals or if your listeners love animals, but one of the facts is the manatees at the Seas with Nemo and Friends at Epcot eat more than 100 heads of lettuce a day. And we've got an adorable photo of a big manatee popping in. And I'll give you another fact. It's also an animal fact. Gino, a silverback gorilla at Disney's Animal Kingdom, celebrated his 41st birthday with a cake made of alfalfa, banana leaves, and sweet potato frosting.
Now, that doesn't sound good to me, but I bet he loved it.
I bet he did.
And this is a really nice book from National Geographic Kids. You guys always do an amazing job on these books. But how long does it take to put something like this together?
It takes about a year and a half to put a book like this together. I know that might seem like a really long time, but we start our production early, and we take our time with making sure every fact is absolutely accurate. We work very closely with folks over at Disney. Listeners might be surprised to hear this, but there are people in charge of the princess content, and people in charge of the Pixar content, the parks content, all of that amazing stuff. And so we actually had the privilege also of working with some amazing Disney archivists. And yes, they exist, and some of them have been working at Disney for decades, and they're just the loveliest people who just love Disney. And I mean, if you can imagine, someone who loves Disney, I mean, they're probably a very nice person. So they were, they just know this information in and out. They live and breathe this, and they didn't even have to look up a lot of this information in a database or anything. They just know it off the top of their head. It was really a privilege to work with them.
That is fantastic. As I'm looking through, I'm on page 58. There's a chimpanzee carving on the Tree of Life that is actually of a real chimpanzee, and it was the first chimpanzee to use a tool in the wild. That's very, very cool. And who is this book geared towards? Is it for young kids or older kids, or kind of everybody?
Great question. So we put this book together to celebrate Disney's centennial. So Disney's 100th birthday was this year. And so, yes, the fact that you're mentioning it's a chimpanzee carving on the Tree of Life at Disney's Animal Kingdom is of David Graybeard, the first chimp observed using a tool in the wild. And we've got an image of that carving. And you're absolutely right. There's so much detail. And something like this, to put it together, I mean, it takes a really long time. And we're just so happy with how it turned out.
And there's other things in here that I discovered that I didn't even know about, like a giant Mickey Mouse head. I think it's in Dubai, made out of plants.
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing putting this book together where, there are just so many facts about the incredible effort filmmakers went to get every scene just right and to get every detail just right. To give you an example, the filmmakers of Frozen actually met with a NASA scientist who's nicknamed Dr. Snow to learn how snowflakes formed. So, I mean, I think that's just to give one example of many of just, how much detail and research went into these beloved films.
And details do matter, and you guys did not spare a single detail on putting this book together. If you're looking for Weird But True, Disney, 300 Wonderful Facts to Celebrate the Magic of Disney, where can we go to find our copy of this?
Definitely. People can go to wherever books are sold, your favorite local bookstore, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, obviously. I will say I've given an advance copy of this to a family friend who's got 3 daughters, and they love it. So I hope readers love it just as much as they do.
I think they will. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about the book today.
Thank you.
Again, the book is called Weird But True Disney, 300 Wonderful Facts to Celebrate the Magic of Disney. I've got a link to find the book. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The temperature of milk inside the cow is 101 degrees Fahrenheit.
Really?
Warm milk. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Antarctica, sunsets can be green. That'd be kind of weird
That
to
would
see
be
a green
cool to
sunset.
see.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Iceberg lettuce is 96% water. The other 4% must be icebergs. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It takes plastic water bottles 450 years to decompose.
Yeah.
How do we know
That's why
that?
I harass
Because
you for using...
They have not been around for 450
Well,
years.
they probably do the math on how far it's decomposed already and how much longer it's going to take.
Ah, gotcha. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
About 20% of all volcanoes are underwater. So that's kind of
Oh,
cool.
crazy.
Yeah. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Hippopotamuses? Is that how you'd say it? Hippopotamuses? They have skin.
Hippopotami.
Hippopotami have skin that's 3.8 centimeters thick. That's like 1.5 inches thick. Their skin.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. 90% of married people say this more often than single people do. What is it?
I love you.
No, that would be nice. I'm sorry, is what they say.
Oh.
90% of married people say this more often than single people. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. Heidi has never said that. Ever.
Whatever.
I'm sorry, Heidi. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Well, that was awkward. The recent national phone emergency alert in the U.S., remember the emergency alert thing? It was like a week ago or whenever that was. Well, it outed a few Amish cell phone owners.
Oh, that's funny.
A former member of a plain living Amish community uploaded a hilarious story to TikTok about how the emergency alert affected some friends back home. The Amish are not supposed to have technology like that. Eli Yoder explained in his now viral video, over the years, quite a few Amish men reached out to him asking for phones, so he did what he could to get them one. But it seems like after the big event that was on October 4th, the cell phones were buzzing all across the country, but a number of his friends were in the presence of other members of the community, and they had a hard time explaining what all that noise was coming from their hand-sewn pockets. One friend had some Amish elders come to the house and talk to him about something they heard about him. In the video, Mr. Yoder said they might have to get shunned now, the Amish church term for exclusion or isolation from the community. So I've got a link to the video if you want to see it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. It's Sober October. Giving up booze for the month could do more than just save you from a wicked hangover. Some other benefits to participate in Sober October. Healthier skin. Yours might actually be glowing if you give up booze for 2 weeks. Alcohol is a diuretic and it helps dehydrate you. So if you give up drinking, within a couple of weeks, people will be like, wow, you're just glowing. You look amazing. What are you doing? And you're like, I don't know. Weight loss. By the 3rd week without alcohol, you'll notice the scale dips.
Yeah.
Quite often, people will lose weight. So, and here's the other thing. It's not just the alcohol. It's the food that you drink if you've had too much alcohol.
The food that you eat.
Yeah, the food that you eat. I'm so sorry. You'll also notice better sleep. Maybe you pass out if you drink, but if you actually want good sleep, get the REM sleep. They say stay away from the booze, and a Sober October can help. And finally, lower risk of future health scares. 4 weeks or more of sobriety will actually help your liver recoup, and it'll help you get better, and it'll help you also lower your risk for heart disease and cancer. So a couple of benefits of Sober October on the list. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. JohnandHeidiShow.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Charlie Brown, who said, "Sometimes you lie in bed at night and you don't have a single thing to worry about. And that always worries me." I think that's how Heidi would be. You love to worry.
I do not love to worry.
Okay, even if you don't love it, you sure do it.
But one of us has to worry.
Yeah, she worries for both of us. 'Cause she's like, "Doesn't it bother you?" I'm like, it's not a big deal. She goes, "I am so worried." I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it." Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to JohnandHeidiShow.com. Again, JohnandHeidiShow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. What did I just say?
It was interesting.
I don't know what I said. This good news comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. I love this story. A billionaire manages to give away his entire fortune during his lifetime. So this guy is an Irish-American entrepreneur and a philanthropist, Charles Francis, or Chuck Feeney, selflessly dedicated his entire personal fortune to global philanthropy during his lifetime. He peacefully passed away October 9th at the age of 92. Here's a quote from him. "I cannot think of a more personally rewarding and appropriate use of wealth than to give while one is living." Mr. Feeney's philanthropic endeavors, orchestrated through the Atlantic Philanthropies Anonymous, dispensed over $8 billion in grants across 5 continents. Bill Gates hailed this man as the ultimate example of giving while living. "I had one idea that never changed in my mind, that you should use your wealth to help people," he wrote in his biography. "Try it and you'll like it," he added. "It's much more fun to give while you're alive than to give when you're dead." His humble beginnings during the Great Depression, growing up with Irish-American parents who instilled strong values and a strong work ethic that never left him, even as he achieved great success in the business world. He made his fortune, by the way, after co-founding Duty Free Shoppers, a chain of duty-free airport stores specializing in luxury goods. 1982, he and his family established the Atlantic Foundation and later transferred all of his business assets to that. By the time the foundation was dissolved in 2020, Atlantic had dispersed over $8 billion in grants, primarily in regions such as the United States, the Republic of Ireland, Britain, Northern Ireland, Australia, South Africa, Vietnam, Bermuda, and Cuba. So I think that's really cool. According to Forbes, he gave away $3.7 billion to education and more than $870 million to human rights and more than $700 million in gifts to health. So very, very cool. If you'd like to read this and get all the details, you can find the story in the show notes for today at JohnandHeidiShow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.